Chapter 7. Just one question. Well, you pick. Be patient and alert. Then you can solve any problem. Warm up. What problem did you face recently? Were you able to solve it? Why or why not? Long time ago, India was ruled by the great king Akbar. Akbar had many of his trusted advisors in his palace, but his favorite one was Birbal. Birbal was the smartest, the wittiest, and the most intelligent person Akbar had ever met. His presence of mind and sharp answers always left Akbar in surprise. No matter what the problem be, Birbal seemed to know the solution to all of them. Nothing seemed too hard for him. Of course, he was the king's favorite, but he was also very famous all over the country, which meant many jealous souls lurked around him. Some or the other courtiers and advisors of the king always thought of making Birbal fail and fall from the king's eyes. But whatever they did always seemed to make them fail and fall from the king's eyes. In all of this, Birbal was also very patient and forgiving. He had a golden heart and only thought of helping others in need. So one fine day, a scholar from faraway land came to visit great King Akbar. But he had something else in mind. He visited Akbar's court only to challenge Birbal. Of course, Birbal's intelligence was so famous, whole of India knew about it. Many like him came before. This time, the scholar seemed to be very different. It was as if he had decided to make Birbal fail. The scholar thought to himself, if I prove to be smarter than Birbal, then the king would make me a very important man in his kingdom. He would give me so much wealth, everyone will respect. No one would ever dare question me. They will bow before me. Oh, the thought itself excited me. The scholar's greedy and proud mind was taking over him. He was too excited to prove himself to the king. All he could think of was his rewards that he would get once he proved Birbal to be not as smart as everyone thought. But in order to do so, he needed a plan. He had to be careful. He knew if he failed, that would not only bring more honor to Birbal, but great punishment to him too. After all, Birbal was King Akbar's favorite. If anyone tried to put his favorite advisor to test, that would surely make him angry. So the scholar went to the king's court. Your Majesty, I stand before you with great humility. Today, I would like to bring to your entertainment something that you will surely enjoy, said the scholar. Something for my entertainment? Asked the king. Yes, if I have your permission, I would like to share that in your court, said the scholar in a slight tone. Well, anything that entertains me, how can I say no to that? Tell me, what you have in mind to present today in front of the whole court, asked the king. My king, what I have in mind is also a concern. You are the greatest king of this earth. You should not depend on one person to solve all your problems. What if he is not as clever as you think? Said the scholar. Are you talking about Birbal? How can we know if Birbal is as smart as he sounds? Asked the king. The best way to find out about this is through my questions. If he is able to answer all of them, then it will be proven that Birbal is the smartest. If not, then I will be the smarter one in the kingdom, said the scholar. Ahem, said the king, with his eyebrow lifted as if the scholar made a mistake. Surely the smarter one after you, my king, forgive me, said the scholar immediately. Fine, we will test Birbal just as you said. But what are these questions? Asked the king. Surely, my king, I won't keep you long, said the scholar. All right then, do as you wish, said the king. The king was interested by this challenge for Birbal. The scholar was happy within himself. Finally, Birbal will soon be out of this kingdom. The next day, all the advisers gathered in the king's courtroom. Even Birbal came like he always did. Birbal nodded at the scholar, who was about to test him. But the scholar smiled wickedly at him. He turned his head the other way as he walked past Birbal. Well, he always has something going on in his head. I wonder what he will question me today, Birbal thought to himself. Today, I have a special task for my beloved Birbal. Oh, Birbal, I know you will love this challenge, said the king while looking at him. The king then called the scholar to start with his questions. Tell me, Birbal, do you want to answer 100 questions that are easy or one question that is difficult? Said the scholar. I will answer to the difficult one, but I have one condition. If I lose, I know I will also lose my position. But if I win, what will you give? Asked Birbal. In that case, I will give all my wealth to the kingdom, said the scholar. So here is my question. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Oh boy, this question was surely impossible to answer. Even the king was confused at this question. What can be the answer to such question? Nobody had ever asked anything like this. This seemed to be very difficult for even the king to think. At least that was what he thought. All the people looked at Birbal, who stood thinking over the question for some time. Then he lifted up his eyes and moved ahead to answer. The chicken came first, of course, said Birbal with confidence. The scholar moved in front of him. You really think you're smart? How can you say chicken came first? How can you be so sure? Asked the scholar. I had only promised to answer one question that will be difficult to answer, and I did. No more questions. I am afraid I cannot answer any more questions, said Birbal. The scholar was in shock. He was surprised at Birbal's intelligence. He was very sad too. Now he would have to give all his wealth to the kingdom, just like he promised. Ha ha! Oh, Birbal, you have once again proven you are as smart as you sound, said the king. The sad scholar went out of the palace and never